Today, we're introducing a new set of learner experience pages and sections in LearnWorlds, from certificates to courses to events, grades, and progress. Learners now have a dedicated space to see everything that matters in their learning journey. Let's start with the My Certificates page, which includes sections enabling learners to find and download their certificates. So let's build a page that solves this. In your site builder, click on the pages and head over to My Certificates. Now you will notice that there is a ready-made template for it, so click right here, give it a name. Now let's walk you through what this page includes. At the top part, we have a new certificate statistics section. How many certificates has a learner earned, how many are in progress, and how many have not started yet. As with everything in the site builder, the admin can customize this in the right side menu. Scrolling down, you will find the latest achievement. This highlights the most recently awarded certificate, a small celebratory moment that reinforces engagement with the course content. Again, on the right side, it's fully customizable and you can change the layout as well. If you head over to Actions, you will see that you can also decide how long will this section display for. It could be always or depending on your needs. Then let's move over to the heart of the page, the certificates catalog. This is where learners browse and access all their certificates in one place. From the right side, the admin decides which certificates to include, set the initial view, decide on the layout, configure appearance options, and even sharing options are located here. And that's the My Certificate page, built from a ready-made page template with 3 sections out of the box: a stats section, a latest achievement section, and the full certificates catalog. You can also use these sections to your own pages.
Okay, now with certificates sorted, let's help learners figure out what to actually do next. Learners often enroll in multiple courses, assigned by their organization, self-enrolled, or returning after months away. And every time, the same question: where do I go? So let's build the page that puts learners back in control. So click to create a new page, and from here, go to My Course. You'll find a ready-made template, so let's click on that. So this is what we see. At the top, you'll recognize the stats section. Same concept as before, fully configurable. But let's keep moving because the exciting parts are further down. Next up, the admin here sets the logic. What did the learner view last? So last viewed courses. Or what's about to expire? What are the closest to finishing? What did they sign up for but perhaps never started? Each one of these becomes a priority rule. And you can stack multiple instances of this section to surface different signals at once if you have to. The course cards are fully customizable, including the call to actions. And the next section, many of you will appreciate the My Courses catalog. For the first time, learners can filter their own courses by status, in progress, not started, completed, new material, and so on. If you run a school with dozens of courses and learners, you are juggling multiple enrollments. This changes everything. And of course, again, you have full admin control over what appears and what shows. Save it and let's see it through the learner's eyes. Okay, so here's an example. You have your stats at the top, continue learning, the enrolled courses, and the filters. All right, let's move on to the next page. Now, learners know what courses they have. Now, let's make sure they never miss a deadline or a session. So, learners have live sessions, group sessions, course expirations, all kinds of time-bound commitments. But right now, that information is buried inside the course player or scattered across the catalog. Schools have been asking for a learner's calendar, so let's go ahead and build one. Click to create a page and go to My Events. Select the template, give it a name, and the page is ready. Now, this page has a different feel from the ones we built before, and that's intentional. At the top, instead of stats, we have next event. One focused, prominent view of what's the next event coming up for your learner. No hunting, no scanning. Of course, this can also be configured. The admin controls which types of events appear here, and things such as the course title and so on. And further down, we have the main event, the calendar itself. So let's click on the calendar section. So here, admins can choose to show all enrolled events or even a custom list. Same logic as before. From here, they can control the default view and of course, what filters to expose to learners, like colors, coding per event, and so on. All right, so let's go ahead and preview this as a learner. And here we are. This is how this looks like for a learner. If the learner clicks on an event, a new pop-up will appear, showing them exactly what's happening, when, and what to do next. They can add it to their personal calendar or jump straight into the course. And if the admin has enabled it, learners can switch between daily, weekly, and monthly views from the top over here. All right, so learners can find their courses and track their time, but what about their performance? One of the biggest friction points for learners right now is having no central place to see their grades, their feedback, and their reviews. So let's build the gradebook learners have been asking for. So once more, go to the pages and click to build a new one and search for My Grades. Once more, we'll find the template right here, give it a name, and the page will be created. At the top, you'll find the familiar stats section, but with a bit of a twist. So instead of icons, two of these KPIs have visual graphic indicators that make the visuals immediately readable at a glance. And of course, if you click on them, they are fully customizable like everything we've seen so far. Next up, we have the recent submissions. This section has two tabs, the last 30 days and in review. The second tab shows everything that is still pending review, so learners always know what's waiting on their instructor's desk. And of course, admins have full control over how this section behaves and looks. And then moving on to the page right here, we have the grades table, something we're introducing to the platform for the very first time. Learners see their grades aggregated by course and can expand each course to see every individual learning activity that has been graded or reviewed. Things like grades, status, passed or failed, all in one structured view. And they can act on it right there, like view feedback, retry or failed activities, or access the full menu at the end of each row. Of course, on the right side, you have all the admin configurations you'll need. Now let's switch to the user's view. Okay, so here's how the page looks like. You have your stats, the recent submissions, and in review if there is any, and then of course the table with the grades. So here you can see the course's title, the grade, and the latest grade date. Still not finished. Grades cover reviewed work, but learning is bigger than that, and this last page gives learners the full picture. So let's go ahead and create a My Progress page. So go to the pages, click to create a new one, and click on My Progress, and select the template. And the page is created. The page structure will feel familiar, similar to grades, but with a broader scope. At the top, you have your stats section. This gives learners a high-level summary of their overall accomplishments and progress across all their courses and programs. And then, the heart of the page, the progress table. As usual, clicking on Edit Table allows you to customize it as an admin, things such as filters and sorting options. Now, let's jump to the learner's preview. Here's how the page looks like. You have your stats and then your progress. You can see the course's title, your progress on each course, the status, the score, and the last activity. Think of this as the learner's own version of what admins see in the user progress report. Every course, every unit, every activity, graded or not, reviewed or not, all in one structured view. Learners can expand any course and drill down to individual activities. And of course, to help learners navigate, they can also find the filters at the top. Now, before we move on, here's something worth pausing. Everything we've built today is not just 5 pages, it's a library of new sections. So, in whatever page you are, simply by clicking on Add Section, and you will find these sections right here. Admins are not just limited to a page template, they can mix and match these sections to freely create any page they need. And last but not least, Many of you have been asking to customize my profile page. Until now, it functioned mainly as a mini dashboard, a catch all for learner information. But with all the dedicated pages you've just built, that's no longer needed. Grades, certificate, courses, progress, each has its own home now. So we're freeing the profile page to become something more meaningful, the public face of the learners inside the school, their social page. And now, for the first time, it is fully customizable. So if you're already using the current profile page, here's how to upgrade. Let's go to the school settings and click on Learning Apps.
And here you will find the Profile App option. Now, when the feature is released, you'll see an option to upgrade and migrate to the new page. You'll have to click it, and note that this is a one-way migration. There's no rollback. Once the migration is complete, you can switch over to the site builder, go to the system pages, and click on My Profile. The page is fully customizable, and we even provide a ready-made template for you to get started with KPIs, courses, and more already in place. Of course, you can make it your own and remove anything that you don't need. And of course, you are ready to add sections, and this is where My Profile has something unique. Once released, over here you'll find a My Profile category. Now, because this is a public-facing page visible to all learners in the school, we've created a dedicated set of sections specifically for this context, like user details, profile stats, and so on. These sections are designed to show the right information depending on who is viewing the page. So, from finding a certificate to understanding their progress to showing up as a full person inside the school's community, learners now have everything they need, and admins have the tools to build exactly the experience their school deserves.